Namaste, my beautiful angels. Welcome to Angelic Inspiration Friday and your special reading for October 13th to October 19th. Thank you so very much for joining me here this week. Now, before I get on to the readings for this week, I just want to highlight a very, very significant portal that has just been activated. It has already been activated, and it is the 1010 portal. It has been activated prior to 1010 because of all of the light workers that have been, bringing light onto the planet, and through their thoughts have been activating it prior to the actual date, is what I've been told by Spirit. So this portal, the 1010 portal, which is actually supposed to have activated tomorrow, is already in full peak. There are light codes that are coming onto our planet, and it is powerful. These codes and activations are going to help us evolve into higher levels of ourselves, of our soul growth, of what we are here to do. And as you know, and those of you that follow me, life is really a schoolroom, right? We are here to learn, to evolve, to grow. And these portals that we have with these beautiful light codes that come onto the planet are activations. And so it's very, very important that we utilize when we are being given these, beautiful, beneficial light codes. I do want to highlight that it's possible that many people that are empaths, that are sensitive, that are light workers, healers, mediums, in the healing modality, you could be extra sensitive at this time. You could be feeling physical ailments. You could be feeling mental ailments. You could be feeling extra tired at this time. And that's normal because of these powerful light codes that are coming onto our planet. And we don't want to miss the time when we have such beautiful high frequency. Now, this 1010 portal is going to help us shift into a higher version of ourselves. It is activating powerful light codes and frequencies that are, the best way to get these light codes is really through intention, through quieting the mind, through meditation, by getting out in nature, grounding, all of the things you would do during powerful activations on the planet, during the time of a new moon, a full moon. The same things is what you want to do during this 1010 activation portal. Now, there are 4 areas that this portal is highlighting or bringing to us, okay, is activating within us. And even those that are completely not understanding of light codes or frequencies or any of that, they will also be feeling it. They just may not know how to manipulate or to utilize this beautiful frequency and energy that is coming upon our planet, okay? Now, the 4 areas that this 1010 portal activation is highlighting. So for the first area is balance. Now, keep in mind that we are in Libra season, and Libra is all about balance. And when there is imbalance in our life, it's very hard to juggle everything. And for a Libra, especially so, because they're constantly striving for balance. So many of us, if not all of us, are feeling imbalance in our life. So this 1010 activation is bringing balance, as one of the light code frequencies. So basically, this balance that the light codes are bringing us, is asking us to pay attention to who you think you are and who you believe yourself to be, and what is unaligned within you, and what needs to shift to bring you back into alignment. Okay, so who do you think you are? Who are you when you think of yourself? And who do you believe yourself to be? And then what is unaligned there? Okay, so that we can bring it back into alignment. So balance is number one. Balance of oneself. All right. The second area that this 1010 portal activation is highlighting is truth. Balance and now truth. Truth, very, very important. So the truth activation is about letting go of the ego. It is about letting go of false identities about ourselves. It exposes illusions and deception about oneself. So things that may be coming up right now are about our ego mind. So there could be a lot of mental restlessness, thinking negative thoughts. Very, very important to keep away from any sort of news or anything that is negative, because that will just make somebody go crazy, especially around the portal time. So yeah, it's going to expose illusions and self-deception about oneself for the purpose of healing, for the purpose of healing how we perceive ourselves. Okay, keep in mind too that people around us are our mirrors, particularly people that we are around every day. They mirror us. So what could be coming up are things that we see in other people. And actually, it's there to show us a reflection of ourselves back to ourselves. Okay, so truth. So the first activation is balance. The second is truth. Letting go of self-limiting beliefs, false identities, letting go of the ego. The third area that this 1010 portal is highlighting for each of us is inner child healing. Okay, very, very important. So inner child healing. So many of our wounds come to us from childhood, right? It could be mother wounds, father wounds, things that we have felt as children. This could be behaviors, patterns, like things that we perhaps saw our parents do, we then end up doing because of these inner child wounds. But we know when we saw it, say in our parents or in our upbringing, how much it was so wrong, and we hated it or despised of it. However, we get into the pattern of doing the same thing. Okay? So this inner child healing that comes from this portal activation is so powerful, because it can heal childhood trauma. It can heal wounds that have come from our childhood. And so we're being called to face these wounds at this time. Things that were maybe that transpired in our families for generations. It's time to heal those wounds and to stop that identity or the wounds from carrying on to future generations. Okay. So for example, if we had a parent, say, that was extremely negative all the time, or they had a certain way of thinking about something that was very backwards, very negative, we may then, automatically have that perception, knowing that no, that's not the right perception, but we could find ourselves going into that hamster wheel. If we had, for example, infidelity in our childhood, where a parent, had other partners, or they cheated on a parent, or all this disruption in the family, we could see ourselves repeating those patterns, or picking people that have the same patterns. And for what reason? To be healed. Okay. So for me, one of the big things was trust. Trust was not given easily, especially trust outside of the home. So there was always fear around trusting other people. And that was something I grew up with. And then I found myself like not trusting, but not because I didn't trust, but because it was a learned behavior. And it took for my best friend to point it out to me on a holiday in Mexico. And it was like, oh my goodness, like, yes, like that's something that, one of my parents did. And now I've gotten into that pattern and I have to break that pattern. Okay. So inner child healing, healing the inner child, letting go of those wounds, of those false perceptions that were embedded on us, that we know are not right, letting those things go and healing ourselves. Therefore, also healing our future generations, healing all who we come in contact with, right? Because when we change, the perception of things, everything around us changes, right? So inner child healing. And the fourth area that this 1010 portal is activating is seeing blind spots. So things that we have not paid attention to, that are not directly in front of. So this energy of this 1010 portal will activate an energy which reveals hidden aspects of our psyche. The subconscious stories, patterns, and behaviors that we couldn't see before. So you think about the inner child healing, so healing the wounds of our past, of our upbringing and all that, realigning ourselves. And the seeing the blind spots is that when it comes up within us, right? What's deep within our psyche, what's embedded in us that was learned, subconscious stories, patterns, behaviors that are not serving our highest good. Things that we couldn't see before, good and bad. So both will be coming up for us to discern. And the purpose of the seeing the blind spots with this 1010 portal and all of the other four categories I mentioned, balance, truth, inner child healing, and the blind spots, the purpose of it all, my darlings, is about evolving. It's about evolving into the highest, best version of ourselves. This is not easy work. Spiritual work is not easy work. It's hard. It's hard work, because in order to help others, there's a lot that needs to come up from within us, that needs to be healed within us, right? So I want to leave you with that, my darlings, this beautiful 1010 portal activation, which is taking place on October the 10th. However, in my meditation and prayers this morning, I was already told that this energy is already at its peak, please utilize it. And some things you can do is light some candles or even one candle. Take time to just breathe and relax and invite your angels and guides, source in to bring these healing light codes and to allow you to see what it is that you need to release, to help you to visualize it. And then on a piece of paper after your meditation, write down what it is about yourself that you are going to heal within you. And what is it that you are going to let go of moving forward? And then you can take that piece of paper and burn it as a metaphor to the universe that I am now releasing this. And just that little step will remind you every time a pattern comes up that you've asked to release, or a behavior or a thought or whatever it is. So yeah, amazing, beautiful, powerful time. 1010 portal, my angels. Utilize it to the max. Okay. So now for this week's reading, I have a few different decks. I'm not sure if I'm going to use all of them or some of them, but I'm just going to flip my screen. So just bear with me. I did get it fixed. There we go. Yes. Okay. So here is my desk. So I'm going to start with this deck, and I haven't used this deck for a little while, but this is a beautiful deck, and it is by John Holland, and I believe it's called the Psychic Tarot. Beautiful deck, and I did give it a really good shuffle already, but I'm just going to quickly shuffle it again so that okay, so I just do want to say I'm shuffling and I'm seeing the harmony card at the bottom of the deck, which tells me that harmony is coming for all that are watching this reading, as far as relationships. Okay, and this is for all three suits. So here is card number 1. Quite a big deck. Card number 2. Oh, that would definitely, ooh, and that went to the floor, so just bear with me, guys. That really jumped out, and I don't want to, if I could just grab it. There we go. Okay. And, oopsie, I turned it the wrong way. And that's suit number 3. Okay, so I'm just going to put these back. The next deck that I've picked, darlings, for this reading is the Animal Spirit deck that I have by Stephen Farmer. And this is our animal guides, our spirit guides, our spirit totems. So we all have spirit animals, spirit totems, and in general, just animals that are coming forth, whether they're a totem or a guide, or whether they just come into our lives briefly to give us a message. Okay, so you may be seeing some of these animals on TV, in a book. They could be a totem, they could be a spirit animal, but they come with significant messages for each of us. Okay. Oh, this one's kind of flipping all over the place. Just bear with me. Okay. Okay, so I have card number 1. Okay, card number 2. And card number 3. It almost flipped. Okay, there we go. So those are our spirit animal messages. I'm going to be doing the archangels. And the reason is because during the time of these portals, the archangels are very, very powerful in helping us to receive the energies. Um, and so I'm doing these more so you can know which archangel would be best to call on at this time. And of course, I'll relay you the message, but I'm just going to do this so that you guys have an archangel. All of them are powerful. All of them are able to be with each of us simultaneously. Each of them has a specific mission. And yeah, and so I'm going to do that one. And then the last, so this, for this 1010 portal reading, for the week actually of October 13th to 19th, which I just wanted to quickly mention, that portal is the light codes and the frequencies are going to be still coming to us for the next 2 weeks. It's going to be the most potent. So yeah, so you can, you don't have to do this right on 1010. As I mentioned, this portal is already open. That one wanted to flip over, so we'll take that and one more. And this last deck here that I'm doing are messages from the universe. Okay. So I hope that each of you has taken a minute to center yourselves. And the reason I ask this is because you are the ones that are picking the cards. And it's very important. And that's why I do these pick a cards, because you are picking. So you need to call upon your spiritual team of guides, of angels, of our loved ones in the spirit world, because they already know which messages are going to serve your highest good. So use your intuition and call upon your spiritual teams of guides, of angels to assist you to pick the cards that are going to have the best messages for you for this week's reading. So I hope you've done that. And I'm just going to now flip my screen. There we go. And I'm going to go with suit 1 first. Okay. So let's see what we've got. For those of you, my darlings, that picked the suit. Sorry, the suit of 1. I hope I said 1. I think I said 2. But anyways, the suit of 1. Very nice. So for those of you that picked the suit of 1, this is a powerful, powerful card. And the card reads awareness. So this card, as you can see, that this man's crown chakra is being activated. And awareness is coming to, is being downloaded. Okay? So for those of you, my darlings, that picked the suit of 1, Spirit is wanting you to know that, and during the time, specifically around this 1010 portal, the activations that you are getting are extremely powerful. Your intuition is going to be magnified, so pay attention to your intuition. I'm also hearing Spirit bring to your attention to only receive messages that are coming to you when you're at a place of peace and love, not when you are in a fear mindset or a negative mindset, because then your mind could be playing illusions on you. So when you are seeing something repeatedly and it is reminding you of the vibration of love, then that is when you know that that guidance is real. But you are being asked to be aware of yourself. And again, I had just talked about truth, about inner child healing, seeing the blind spots, what's hidden in your psyche. And that's what's coming to my mind right now. The subconscious stories, patterns, behaviors that are coming up for you. You're being asked to be aware of that, to release it, to do the inner child healing. And as you do this, Spirit is giving you even more awareness of the wounds that are coming up. And within that, you will find a new version of yourself evolving. Okay. So it's really time. The card is awareness, but it's really time. I'm, getting for those of you that picked the suit of one to release those patterns, release the ego, the false identity, the illusions that you have been telling yourself, the self-deception about yourself or who you have maybe been in the past that you no longer are, so that a new, more beautiful version of yourself can come through. Okay. I'm also getting, as your awareness is expanded, it is allowing for those light codes to go through each and every cell of your body, your organs, your muscles, your tissues, your joints, your bones, your arteries. I'm getting from Spirit a deep healing for you, my darlings that picked the suit of one. Healing on a very deep soul level, but also mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Okay? So even if it's uncomfortable, let those versions of yourself come up. Be aware of yourself, of your patterns, of your thoughts, the past version of yourself that you are now releasing, because that is no longer you. There is a new version of yourself that is coming up to be embraced. What a magnificent card. For the next card, my darlings, that picked the suit of one, the spirit animal, the totem animal, the spirit guide that's coming through for each of you. Beautiful ladybug. Ladybug. Now, ladybugs they are lucky. They bring a lot of blessings into our lives. And ladybugs or ladybug may be significant for those of you that have picked the suit of one. Okay, either you could have been seeing them, reading about them. It could be a totem animal, a spirit animal, or guide for you. And the ladybug is telling you that it's time. This is a time of good fortune and abundance in your life. So it's time to be willing to receive all of the good things that are coming to you. Okay. And as I mentioned, ladybugs are extremely lucky. Okay. And keep in mind that as your awareness, so things about yourself are coming up, things that you are now going to let go of that are not the best version of yourself. And as you release all of these things, good fortune and abundance come into your life automatically. Automatically, you raise in vibration. Okay. And how crazy that this third card, for those of you that picked the suit of one, is prosperity. Prosperity. So this is a powerful time for those of you that picked the suit of one. If you've been having a difficult time financially, as you allow awareness to come up about yourself, about healing that is needed, and the new version of yourself that you are creating, you're opening up prosperity in your life. And the spirit animals that represent prosperity and abundance, the ladybug spirit animal, is coming to you. And so is beloved Archangel Ariel with the prosperity card. Now, prosperity and abundance are your birthright, okay? But because of patterns, of ways we were raised, maybe not having much when we were young, has created some sort of falseness about money and about our capacity to earn money or to have money in abundance in our life. So you're being reminded that your material needs are being met as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. But first, there's going to be a little bit of hard work. I'm not going to lie. Because if you're stuck, in the negative patterns, in the negative thinking, in the old version of yourself, and you're not going to allow yourself to release that, you're blocking the abundance that's coming. So activate, release, do that inner child healing. And I'm also hearing spirit say, go for counseling, talk. I feel like communication could also be an issue for many of you that pick this, stuffing things in and not being able to talk about it. But as you release, you're opening up the floodgates of manifestation, of prosperity. Now, a very beautiful archangel that you can call upon is Archangel Ariel. Archangel Ariel, don't forget that archangel. She is a magic manifester. And she can bring miracles as far as money, resources, amazing abundance into your life. I'm hearing from spirit that you have to think of how abundant you already are. You have to feel gratitude for everything and everyone that supports you, that's around you. And when you activate that gratitude, more abundance comes into your life. Okay? Ariel. And she is on a mission, Archangel Ariel, for Divine Mother Earth to help those that help our planet. So if you do anything as far as helping Mother Earth, resources on the planet, usually Archangel Ariel is guiding that, okay? Even if you like to be outdoors, even if you like to feed stray animals, anything to do with Mother Earth and its inhabitants, gardening, soiling, any of that kind of stuff, fixing natural water, pollution, picking up things like Archangel Ariel is on it. The very last card, my darlings, that picked the suit of one. Wow. You guys have some powerful cards, okay? With awareness, letting go of all of the things that are not serving you so you can step into a new, better version of yourself. The ladybug spirit animal that's coming through with the prosperity, and letting you know this is a time of good fortune. Then you have Archangel Ariel with prosperity. Now, the universe is giving you a message, and your message is in God's hands. In God's hands. So listen to this and close your eyes, put your hand on your heart. And this is what the universe message is for you. My trust in life is implicit. God's greater knowing and greatest love guide my heart and my choices. My faith is steady and I remain true to my light. Everything unfolds according to God's will. Is that magnificent or what? One more time. In God's hands. My trust in life is implicit. God's greater knowing and greatest love guide my heart and my choices. My faith is steady and I remain true to my light, my inner light. Yeah? Everything unfolds according to God's will. That is absolutely magnificent. For those of you, my darlings, that picked the suit of one. Now, for those of you, my beautiful, darling, sweet earth angels, that picked the suit of two. All right. My little handwritten. Okay. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Beautiful. Okay, so let's go. For those of you, my darlings, that picked the suit of two, the card that you have gotten is truth. Truth. Powerful. Powerful. And again, very much in alignment with this 1010 portal, because one of the four areas, if you remember from the beginning, was truth. So those of you that picked the suit of two, This is really a time of seeing the truth, okay? Letting go of your ego, your false identities, and allowing yourself to see the illusions and the self deception within you. What is coming up? What is the truth that is coming up for each of you that picked the suit of two? Because this is a time you're at a phase in your life. Okay, I'm hearing spirit say you're at a phase of your life that you may have been a certain way before, but you're no longer that person. You have evolved and you've grown. And there's things in your life that don't resonate with you. Okay, so let go of the false identity and a certain way of being that you just aren't anymore. Um, you know, self deception about yourself, let it go. And this is a time of healing, healing how you perceive yourself. Because now, my darlings, there's a new version of yourself coming up. Okay. Powerful card, truth. So lots is coming up for all of you as well. Things, illusions, self deception about who you previously were, and you're not that person anymore. Okay. You're in a different phase in your life, a phase of honesty, a phase of integrity, a phase of love and compassion. You're a different person. Perhaps the things that mattered to you before don't anymore. There's a new version of yourself stepping forward, and this is the truth. Okay. So, my darlings, powerful time of transformation for those of you that picked the suit of two. The spirit animal that each of you got is a powerful spirit animal. It could be your totem, it could be your spirit animal. You could see this animal, read about this animal, and it is the zebra. Zebra. Beautiful, beautiful card. And I don't know if I've mentioned, but I am from Africa. And that's where they run freely, right? The zebra, my darlings, represent letting go of fear, letting go of fear. So there's something for those of you that picked the suit of two that you've been fearful about, scared about. You're being asked to let it go. You're being asked to know that you are safe and that you are protected at all times. Let go of your fear. And, I really do feel that these are powerful messages and really go in alignment with this 1010 activation, because this, to me, the zebra spirit animal, is about inner child healing. So, the wounds that we have been holding on to and carrying from childhood could very much have to do with fear and worry that we saw, or that we were, made to believe. There's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear. God has your back, and everything will work according to the divine plan. Okay, so let go of your fear and know, my darlings, that no matter what you're going through, you are protected at all times. Beautiful. The third card that each of you got from the archangels, magnificent, and it is angel therapy. Angel therapy. Now, for those of you that picked the suit of two, there could be some health issues that are coming up for you at this time. You may be dealing with some sort of health issue. It could be mentally, physically, emotionally. It could be something minute. You could be feeling it from the energy. It could be something more serious, because the archangel that comes through is Raphael. And Archangel Raphael's name means God heals. God heals. Okay? Please remember that. So you're being asked to give all of your worries to God, all of your concerns, and allow God to take over the situation. Believe and trust in the divine. Now, Archangel Raphael is a very powerful archangel. He's the archangel of healing. And, I'm being guided to tell you that if you're going through a difficult time in your health, please call on Archangel Raphael. Very, very powerful healing angel, even if it's your heart that needs healing. Perhaps your heart has been broken, or something has happened on a soul level, even if it's not physical or mental or emotional. Maybe it's heart healing, but Archangel Raphael can help you to heal. Okay, so beautiful cards for those of you that picked the suit of 2. Your last card, and this is your message from the universe, and it is guidance. Guidance. In times of uncertainty, I ask God to guide me to the light in my being. I am directed to doors that will open inner freedom to me and step forward in trust. I release my fate to God, and my faith is always rewarded. Is that magnificent or what? One more time. Guidance. So know that guidance is coming to you. And this is your message from the universe. In times of uncertainty, I ask God to guide me to the light in my being. I am directed to doors that will open inner freedom, because it's inside where you're stuck, not outside, inside. So I am directed to doors that will open inner freedom to me so that I may step forward in trust. I release my fate to God, and my faith is always rewarded. That is magnificent. Let go, let God. Beautiful. So for those of you, my darlings, that picked the suit of 3, got those cards. It's a long reading. I'll try to put timestamps with the intro about the 1010 portal. Card 1, card 2, or sorry, suit 1, suit 2, and suit 3. All right. So for those of you, my darlings, that picked the suit of 3, wow, these are just amazing cards for all suits. But this is a time of rejoicing. This is a time of celebration. This is a time of, you can see the 3 cups. This is a time of being supported for everything that you are doing that is supporting others. And this is a time for those of you that picked the suit of 3 to fully look around you and think of the blessings that are surrounding you. I do feel like for those of you that picked the suit of 3, this is a time where you may have visitors, you may have guests coming to your home, you may be meeting friends, you may be enjoying with your partner, with your children. This is a time of rejoicing. This is a time of celebration in your life. And Spirit is asking that you enjoy every minute with each and every person who is around you. Be grateful for all of this goodness in your life. And when you're happy and you're rejoicing, and I hear Spirit say, turn on the music and enjoy, that is when you raise your vibration, and more of that joy and rejoicing, the celebration open up for you in your life. Magnificent. The second card, for those of you that picked the suit of 3, again, this is your spirit animal, your totem animal. This could be an animal guide, and that you may see, and it's the seagull. The seagull. Now, you could be having a seagull as your totem animal, your spirit guide, your animal guide. You could be seeing birds that look like seagulls. You could be feeding seagulls or other birds. So the seagull is coming through for those of you that picked the suit of 3 with a very powerful message. And the message is that now is the time for deep emotional healing. Now is the time for deep emotional healing. Wow. Because, we talked about the inner child healing. Many of our wounds come from childhood. And we are being called to face them, to see these wounds, to, go back, whether it was parents, it was people that raised us, that made us think and believe that we weren't unworthy, and we bring these patterns and this hurt, and then, it becomes generational because then we pass that on, right? So it's time for some inner child healing, okay? Deep emotional healing of something. And often I'm also hearing from spirit, often we think that we're hurting because of a certain situation around us that has happened or transpired. But the hurt is not about the present. The hurt is about the past. It's about wounds that we've carried with us, belief systems. It's about false identities, illusions about who we are. That's where the wounds come from. Things that we may have been made to believe about ourselves, that we are no longer there. Okay? So it's time for deep emotional healing. And when you actually go back and you heal those wounds from childhood, like inner child healing, you will find that present circumstances and relationships in your life, everything will start to heal, because you'll start to see the patterns. You'll start to see where this all originated from, and it wasn't from you. Okay? So give yourself grace, give yourself a big hug, and allow yourself the time for deep emotional healing. All right? The third card, for those of you that picked the suit of 3, magnificent. It is healthy lifestyle. Healthy lifestyle. So, you're being asked to eat a healthy diet, get adequate sleep, adequate rest, exercise regularly. But I do also feel with this card, healthy lifestyle is, if you have been indulging in certain things, foods, habits that are not good for you, it really is time to let them go, whether that's smoking, constant. It can even be emotional. It could be emotional, I'm hearing spirit say. Let it go. Let it go. Try to cleanse and clear. And this portal is powerful for helping us to heal. And the healing comes from a lot of work of inner child healing, from accepting the truths about ourselves, of bringing more balance into our lives. And balance means sleeping better, eating better as well, right? All of it, having balance in all areas of our life. And then, of course, seeing our blind spots, which is about what are our subconscious stories that we tell ourselves. What are our patterns? Like, do we just pick up something and stuff it in our mouth because such and such? Do we, this is all healing. So, and it is Archangel Raphael. I believe it was suit 2, that Archangel Raphael. So Archangel Raphael, magnificent healing angel. If you are going through anything, my darlings, mentally, physically, emotionally, in the heart, call upon Archangel Raphael. And time to take care of yourself so you can be around for many, many years, for those that need you in their life. Okay, beautiful. Magnificent. So you had rejoice and celebration is wonderful time right now to enjoy fun times with your loved ones, with your family, with your friends. It's a time of deep emotional healing. The seagull spirit. This is a time to really take care of yourself, sleep better, eat better. And Archangel Raphael, magnificent angel to call upon. The last card, my darlings, your message from the universe is the path to light, the path to light. I make the conscious choice to move toward the light one step at a time. I make the conscious choice to move towards the light one step at a time. I transform my weaknesses into strengths. And by mastering my thoughts, I overcome obstacles with positivity and with acceptance. I develop my gifts and extend my light to every being unconditionally. Magnificent. I want to read that one last time. I make the conscious choice to move toward the light one step at a time. That's all we can do is take one step, right? And then the other, and then the other. But the first step is sometimes the hardest. I transform my weaknesses into strengths by mastering my thoughts. So big, very big, 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 because this is again about seeing our blind spots and also about the balance of the activation of the 1010 portal. Who do you think you are? And who do you believe yourself to be, right? What is not aligned with that version of yourself anymore? Because it's time to shift yourself back into alignment to your highest, best self, the highest, best version of yourself. And I overcome obstacles with positivity and acceptance, accepting whatever has transpired, the wrong that someone may have done you, the wrong that you may have done someone else. Accept, forgive, compassion, let it. Okay. I develop my gifts and extend my light to every being unconditionally. Magnificent. And many of you that picked the suit of 3 could also be some sort of a healer, whether realized or not realized, because there's a lot of deep emotional healing here that needs to take place for you guys. And that usually comes to people who are healers, who are light workers. But you got to do that inner work, and it's hard. It's hard. But once you do that inner work, you become a light for others when you become the best version of yourselves. Magnificent. Well, my darlings, there you have it. Those were your special messages for the week of October 13th to 19th. Thank you so very much for following me. I also just quickly want to thank everyone and ask that you please continue to share my posts and subscribe to my link. I would very much appreciate that. It means a lot to me, and it gives me the energy back in some way. Wishing you a magnificent week ahead. All my love. Namaste.